Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Broc Gardner vs. the World. I am your host, Broc Gardner. This show is not sponsored, so you can support us for free by subscribing, liking, commenting, or leaving a 5-star review. Thanks so much for listening, and enjoy the show. Yo, ladies and gents, glad you could make it out here. Life is so good. I hope you guys are doing well. It's finally summertime, dude. It's finally summertime. And I hope you guys are having, it's kind of like the first week after school got out, you know what I'm saying? That first week after school gets out, the sleep is amazing. The sleep after school gets out the first week, it's stress-free, man. And you can just lay there and you can just vibe and it's just all good. And summer is so good right now. This is the hardest summer's hit for me in a long time for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's my last summer at home. I don't understand, but I'm just chilling and having a good time so far. And I hope you guys are too, because you all deserve it. Every one of you deserves that. A good summer, you know? Comment what you're doing this summer, dude. Comment your favorite thing to do just on a nice summer day, just so I can have ideas too. Because, you know, we're all trying to live it up, man. We're all trying to live up and have the best summer of all time. And so let's help each other do that, dude. Drop some ideas in the comments, fun things you can do in the summer. I've just been like, here's my thing, dude. I'm trying to get a tan. I don't know if you guys can tell. You probably can't. I'm still a little bit white. But I'm trying to tan more. So what I've been doing, you know, your boy here likes to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's my goal in most things. I like to multitask. I like to take out 2 things if I can. While, you know, just doing them simultaneously. And so what I've been doing is I read a chapter out of a book every morning at like 10 a.m.-ish while I'm outside on my back patio, shirt off, you know. Basically, I'm naked outside on my back patio just reading a book so I can get a nice tan. I got the rays coming on me, and then I'm intaking the knowledge. And then for the rest of the day, you got a good mindset, man. You got a good, you know, a nice sun. I just like being in the sun, dude. I like getting that vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, son? The sun's good for you. Before I forget, too, we'll most likely have a interview with Connor Brewski later in the show. I'm gonna put it in here later. We're shooting that on Thursday, so I don't know if it'll actually happen, but hopefully it does. So just a heads up, if you're here for that, I'll put the time code here somewhere so you can skip to that if you don't want to hear me. But I'm gonna just chill here and talk for a minute. But yeah, dude, there's just something about, dude, I used to, and I don't know why. I really don't understand. I used to just, in the summertime when I didn't have anything to do all day, there would be days where I just would not walk outside ever, not even a little bit. I'm dead serious. And I don't know if that's normal or not. But like last summer, there was a couple like days where I remember that I just did not step foot outside all day. And dude, that does not put you in a good headspace. Let me tell you. That if you're depressed, dude, try going outside for a little bit. Not saying that that's going to cure it completely, but if you're like feeling down and you're like, man, life kind of sucks right now, go outside. Go do something outside. Be productive and proactive. Because I can tell you from experience, when you're not being productive and proactive, you get a little depressed and start feeling bad about yourself. Like, man, I'm a piece of garbage. I'm not doing anything, which is true. It's valid. But so just don't be that. Go make something of yourself, you know? And also, I feel like, I don't know the science. I don't know anything about science, but I feel like, you know, vitamin D is good for you or something. I've heard that somewhere. So yeah, get out in the sun, dude. I have this quote up on my wall, and I forgot what it was. It was like, today will never dawn again or something. Today will never dawn again by some philosopher from BC or something that I read in this book, dude. And I put that up on my wall, and I look at it every day, dude, because today will never dawn again, and that's just true. You're never going to get this day that you're living right now. You're never going to get it back. So if you're sitting on your bed watching this podcast, honestly, switch over to audio version, hop in your car or whatever you got, and just go for a drive. Roll the windows down. You can still listen to the podcast. We got some good stuff planned. You can still listen to the podcast, but just, you know, roll your windows down. Even if you just go for a drive, dude. even going for a drive can just clear up your mental headspace, just make you feel good that you went outside at least a little bit. And most people probably don't have that problem. That's probably a Broc thing, that you just sometimes just don't ever go outside or talk to anybody. There will be times where I don't talk to a single person all day. Like, not anymore, but back in the day, you know. Back in the day, I used to just be very antisocial. But anyways, yeah, that's your piece of advice for the day. Today will never dawn again. Today will never dawn again. It's never going to happen again. You'll get days like it, but this day that you're living is never going to go again. So you better make the most of it, dude, is what I'm trying to say, is what I'm trying to get at. Don't just sit around and watch all the James Bond movies like I do. I watched all 4 of the James Bond movies over the weekend. 2 on Sunday and 2 yesterday. Not all the James Bond. Okay, the Daniel Craig James Bonds. And because I'm into action movies now, dude. I'm sick and tired. I used to just watch, like, you know, art ho movies and like film school movies that are like, oh, the cinematography is so amazing and the story and the plot character development is so amazing, which I still, you know, I like that stuff. But also, I love action, dude, and I love blowing stuff up, and I love watching stuff that doesn't make any sense and just being like, yeah, you know what? All right, I'm down for that, man. You know my favorite thing about action movies too, man? It's not the explosions, it's not the big buff guys fighting and punching each other, and it's not the hot chicks. My favorite thing about action movies is the dude at the computer. And you know who I'm talking about, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I love the guy in the action movies or the girl. You know, the girl or the guy. There's no distinction, because in Fast and Furious, it's a girl. I love the guy in the action movies that's at the computer doing all the stuff while the guys are out in the field. I love it, dude. It makes me laugh so hard because they'll always say something just asinine. Like, I remember I was watching Fast and Furious the other day, and the computer chick was like in the car, and she was like doing some typing and stuff, and they were like trying to hack something or something. And so they're driving in the car, and they lose the signal or something, and they're like, we lost the signal, and she just starts typing. Oh, she looks around. Brian, if you can get to the top of that tower and put a little clip in the thinger, I can gain back this signal. And me sitting, I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense to me. I don't know why it wouldn't. I don't know why that wouldn't give you back the signal, man. But you know what I'm talking about? The computer people, they're like, guys, you're not going to like this. You know that line? And there's like, guys, okay, I'm going to run the data. All right, here it is. His name is Richard Johnson or whatever. Like, that stuff is so funny to me. And they'll just say something really technological, like, oh, if I can override the system and da-da-da-da, we can get to the top of the da-da-da. And they're just like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, let's do that. And the audience is just like, yeah, sure, why not? That's just my favorite thing in the world. And I just like when stuff happens in those movies that, you know, is insane and so stupid. But then we as audience members are just like, yeah, of course that would happen. Of course Dominic Toretto would crash his car on the bridge, jump out while Letty's in midair, jump over this bridge thing and grab her and freaking crash on the other side of the bridge onto a car. Of course that would happen. And of course Dwayne Johnson would explode out of a building, grab the chick, and land on a car like freaking Batman in The Dark Knight. Of course that would happen. So I watched the 4 Daniel Craig James Bonds, and the first 2 kind of suck a little bit, if I'm being downright honest. And then Skyfall, dude, the 3rd one, is so good because Javier Bardem's in it. And Javier Bardem, if you don't know who that is terrifying. And he's I don't know if you guys have seen No Country for Old Men. That's like one of my favorite movies of all time. That movie's so awesome. But he is Anton Chigurh, and that's Anton Chigurh from that movie. Scariest person I've ever seen in a movie. Dead serious. I've never been more frightened watching a movie than No Country for Old Men, I think. That movie's just amazing. And he's so terrifying and so scary. And he was still pretty scary in Skyfall, but he was like blonde. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Skyfall was so sick. So, spoiler for Skyfall, dude. This is what sent it for me, man. So obviously when Javier Bardem comes in, he's like the main villain. And he's just got the craziest voice, dude. Go look up, if you want to know who Javier Bardem, if you want to get like a good idea of him, the first clip I ever saw of Javier Bardem before I even watched No Country for Old Men was the scene where it's like, how much would you risk for a coin toss or something? Just go look up No Country for Old Men coin toss. And then he's like in this gas station, and there's like this old farmer man that just reminds me of everybody from Enterprise, which is where I live. And he's just like, how much? What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss? That's what it is. What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss? And his voice is so deep, that's not even a good impression. But he's just, what's the most you've ever lost on a coin toss? It's so terrifying, dude. So when Javier Bardem comes in, it's obviously sick. And then the rest of the movie's pretty dope. But then, so Javier Bardem's trying to kill this chick, this old lady that runs kind of the agency. Because he used to be a secret agent too. I'm pretty sure. Can I be honest? I didn't follow any of the Bond movies. I seriously don't know the plot of any of them. I had no idea what was going on. But I don't know why, too. It was every single one. I did not know what was going on. But I would just, because they're like super confusing. Because I've been watching Fast and Furious, and Fast and Furious is so straightforward. And so any slight like complication, my brain shuts off and I can't focus. And I don't understand what's happening. Like we watched Fast and Furious 8 on our trip last week, and after we watched this other movie that was like seemed like a pretty simple plot, and Matt was like super into it, and I just could not focus and I did not understand it because I was just waiting for Dominic Toretto to like blow something up. My mind has just shifted now. So yeah, I don't understand the plot of these Bond movies, but what I did get was that he was a past secret agent, Javier Bardem, and the lady pissed him off somehow, or like didn't like him, or like fired him or something. And so then he like wanted to kill her. And so then Bond and the old lady go back to this house that Bond used to live at, this huge mansion in the middle of nowhere. It's called Skyfall Ranch or something in Scotland. And so they're hunkered in this house, dude. And they're waiting for Javier Bardem. They know he's coming. And so all the guards come, all Javier Bardem's guys come, and they kill him in like a Home Alone kind of style. Have like booby traps and stuff, which is actually kind of sick. So they take out all these guys. And they're like chilling, and they're like, where's Javier Bardem? And all of a sudden, this helicopter comes. You just hear this chopper going, and it's playing like some freaking old rock music. And it's like, oh, and it comes in, dude, and Javier Bardem's in there, and he just lights it up, dude. Just lights up the house with a gun. And then the helicopter's flying, but Javier Bardem's on the ground. And the old lady goes through the secret tunnels, and then Bond? I keep saying Bourne and Bond. Bond grabs 2 propane tanks, hooks them together, hooks dynamite to it, goes through the tunnels, boom, blows the entire house up, gets the chopper comes down, hits the building, boom, blows it up even more. Blows it up even more and kills everybody except for Javier Bardem. And then, some other stuff happens. It's just such a good movie. Skyfall was so sick. And Spectre was pretty good too. Those were the 2 that were directed by Sam Mendes. And this next one isn't directed by Sam Mendes, but it still looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this, dude. Dude, the summer movie season, I'm so stoked for, dude. Number 1, I want to watch Cruella, dude. I know that sounds weird. I want to watch Cruella. That movie looks dope. And I don't care who you are. Other movie I want to watch, Quiet Place 2, which everyone says sucks. But I'm still watch it. Obviously, Fast and Furious 9 comes out this month, too. That's going to be crazy. Dude, the Jungle Cruise movie with Dwayne Johnson looks dope. What else is coming out? Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds looks sick. I've wanted to watch that for years, but they pushed it for COVID reasons. Dude, I think that's why there's such a solid lineup, is because COVID just barely kind of like left. And so theaters are starting to open up, so they're just pushing all these movies that have been on the burner for like 2 years pretty much. So dope, dude. But also they haven't really been making movies, so it kind of evens out. But yeah, dude, I'm so excited for Fast 9. And then the new Bourne comes out in like October, I think. So it's not a summer movie, but I'm stoked for that too. Anyways, that is such a boring segment of the podcast. Me talking about... Did I say Bourne again? Dude, I meant Bond. I'm not talking about Jason Bourne. I'm talking about James Bond. Why do they make those names so close? Why? Make the names a little bit different. Jason Bourne, James Bond, that's too easy to get confused, and they're too similar of movies. All of those movies are the same. Mission Impossible, Bourne, Bond, and kind of Fast and Furious are all the same, pretty much. Like, I get them confused a little bit sometimes. Next one I'm going to watch is Mission Impossible. I've only seen the newest one, I think. And I tried to watch the old one when I was a kid, but I didn't like it because I was a kid. Anyways, we're done with that segment. We're done with the movie segment. Dude, I've been going for hikes. Like I said, I've been trying to get a tan because we're going to Vegas next weekend. And I'm trying to get a tan because, you know, I want all those fly Vegas honeys on me. Not really. I probably won't have any fly Vegas honeys, but I just want to be tan because tan's cool and I like being tan. So I've been reading my books outside with no shirt on my back porch, you know, just chilling. And then other thing I'm trying to do is just spend more time in nature, dude. So what I do is I load up in my truck, I grab my AirPods, I grab my water bottle, and I grab a Shreddables bar, dude. Shout out to Matt freaking Callens. I grab a Shreddables bar, which I'm almost out of. So I need a refill. Callens, if you're watching this, I need a refill on the Shreddables. I paid for my first box. I think that's enough, so you can just start refilling it. Anyways, so I get my Shreddables, I get my water, and I get my AirPods. And I go out into the hills, and I just start walking, man. I pop one AirPod in because we'll talk about it in a second, why I only have one AirPod in. Pop one AirPod in, and dude, what I've been listening to right now, 90s summer rock, dude. Nothing better. There's nothing better, seriously, right now than 90s summer rock. It's the move right now. If you're looking for music for the summertime, 90s summer rock. You got Red Hot Chili Peppers, like Sublime is so good. Who else is on there? There's just a bunch of, there's like a variety. But there's such good classic songs that are just like, and you're just like, wow, that is such a good vibe. And so I play that playlist and I just walk around, explore stuff, look at stuff, talk to animals. And that's not a joke. I talk to animals, man. I straight up will talk to animals. There's nobody around. I'm not trying to like be funny or anything. I just talk to animals. Like there was a squirrel the other day. And dude, my least favorite thing. Okay, this seriously makes me so agitated. I was talking to Matthew and Brecken about this the other night. And he thought I was stupid. This makes me seriously, genuinely like anxious and agitated. When I'm walking around in the hills and I like startle animals. Like sometimes I'll be hiking. And, like, deer will jump up and run. And I'm like, no, dude, it's all good. Stay chilling. Like, stay relaxed. I'm not here to mess anything up. I'm not going to mess with you. I'm just here to walk and enjoy the life, dude. I'm not doing anything harmful, you know? And that stuff makes me so sad that they think I'm going to try and kill them. But also sometimes I am. But only, like, one time out of the year. The rest of the time, I'm just trying to hang with them, you know? And I'm not even trying to, like, scare them. I'm not, like, out there jumping and throwing stuff. I just am walking, and then all of a sudden I hear, and they just run right in front of me. I'm like, dude, like, relax, man. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to scare you. But that happened with this squirrel yesterday, and it really upset me. And then he stood there forever, and I just talked to him and was like, how's your day? And then I went on my way, and then I went to this other trail. Dude, I went to this other trail, and this is kind of a crazy story, but not really. It's actually not a crazy story at all. I've seen a snake, a rattlesnake, at least once every summer for the past, like 3 or 4 summers, I think. The first summer, I know I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I'm going to do it again anyways. Dude, the first summer we saw a rattlesnake. Well, I saw a rattlesnake when I was a kid, but other than that, this was the first time I like ever saw one. It was the most terrifying experience of my life, and that's not a joke. This actually is a crazy story. We're going to Pine Valley. So if you're not like from around here, which most of you probably are, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, but if you're not from here, there's a place called Pine Valley. It's kind of in between Enterprise and St. George. And it's beautiful, man. They have like a nice lake, and then it's just beautiful trees and stuff. And then there's these trails that you can go on, and they're paved, dude. They're paved trails. And so me and Breck one day were just going and hanging out in the summer of 2019, I think. And we're going to chill. And we're just walking around on these trails. And we walk down this trail, and then we're heading back. And we're walking, and we're like goofing off and stuff because we're annoying. And so he was like walking backwards for some reason and like laughing. And we were like both laughing. And he's walking backwards on the trail. And all of a sudden off to the side, I'm like looking. And there's like this stick. And I'm like, that stick looks kind of weird. And all of a sudden the stick raises its head And I'm like, oh my heck. And I grab Brecken, because, dude, the snake raises its head. Genuinely, this is how far away it was from Brecken, I'd say. Like 2 feet. 2 feet away from Brecken's leg, from his calf, dude. The snake raises its head and also raises its tail and starts rattling. I've never seen that before in my life, and I haven't seen that yet to this day. That was the only time in my life so far that I've seen that. And it was so terrifying. It was ready to strike, dude. It seriously was about to strike. It was about to bite Brecken's leg. No joke. Thing was raised on the front and raised on the back. Oh my gosh, dude. I grabbed Brecken because he didn't see it, dude. The retard was walking backwards. He was like, all of a sudden, snake right there by his leg. I grab him. We just run. And we ran effing backwards, dude. So then the snake just went on the trail and just sat on the trail. And so we're like, what the fuck? How are we going to get home? And so we had to walk up and around it on the freaking side of the hill. Dude, but seriously, that was scary. And then we were talking about this last night. We just went and got ice cream after. Like, Brecken almost died. And then we just went and grabbed some ice cream. And we were just, like, driving home. And we're like, dude, remember, like, 10 minutes ago when you almost got bit by that rattlesnake? Oh, my gosh. That's funny. And then the next year, I was hiking up the hill. And I saw a snake. And I almost stepped on it. So this is where... So I had 2 earbuds in, listening to Arizona Baby by Kevin Abstract. And I was walking up this hill, and it's like pretty steep too. And I was like kind of not really paying attention. I had my noise canceling on, and I was just kind of looking at my feet. I wasn't looking forward at all. And so I'm looking down, and I'm just kind of like jamming. And then I don't know how far away it was. It wasn't as close as Brecken's, but it was pretty close still. I literally like almost stepped on the freaking another snake just going across the road. And it was so scary, and I have a video of it, but I'm not going to bring it up right now. And so then I like got scared to go on the trail, but then I was like, no, dude, you got to go. And it like taught me a serious, nice lesson. And like I talked about it on the podcast. I know for a fact. And so now here's my snake for the year, hopefully. And this one spooked me, dude. So I was going on this other trail after I was talking to the squirrel. And Jake is my cousin who's on a mission. And so we were FaceTiming. And I was just like walking and talking. And so my FaceTime goes out. Because I run out of service. And so I'm like, all right, I'm just going to keep hiking. I'll call him when I get back or something. Because I'm like such a horrible person. I'm just like, I'll just text him when I get back. And so I just keep walking, dude. And like literally, so then I see this big lizard just runs across. And I'm like, oh, man. Like it scared me. And then I hear something in the leaves on the side of the hill. I hear like a... And so I'm like, dude, if there's a freaking snake, I'm going to be terrified. So I'm already on edge. And then I walk like 3 feet forward. And I see this massive rattlesnake just chilling on the trail, dude. And Editor Brock put the picture up right here. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll try and like circle it or outline it or something. Or emphasize it somehow. But it's like not that long of a rattlesnake. But you can clearly see like the rattle on the back. And dude, that thing's a fat bastard. Look at it. And it was just chilling on the trail, dude. Ugh. Snakes, man. I have such a weird relationship with snakes. Like, every time I see one, it's a mixture of, like, fear. Like, I'm scared. Especially if it's a rattlesnake. If it's a rattlesnake, I don't mess around with the rattlesnakes. Like, blow snakes are, like, whatever. But I don't mess around with rattlesnakes, dude. That'll get you messed up. I don't try and mess with nature like that, dude. Especially if it's poisonous. And if it has a rattle on the back and it does this, no, obviously I'm not going to mess with that. And so, my relationship with snakes is I'm filled with fear when I see them, but also I just kind of stop and look at them for a second because they're kind of dope. Snakes are kind of sick. Like, I like how they do this. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like how they do. And slither? Like, how does that even work? How does slithering even work? You don't even have legs. Seriously, so how do you get across? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make a lick of sense. But that's what they are. And they spook me, but also I love them. But I'll never touch one. And I'll never talk to one. I never speak to them. Sometimes I say F-bomb, so I said the F-bomb at the freaking lizard. Because I was walking back from the snake. And I get like 2 feet, and all of a sudden the lizard runs past. And it was a huge lizard, dude. And it runs right past me. I'm like, frick, man, what are you doing? And then I got ticked and just walked back to my truck and went home and ate some fish. But anyways, yeah, so that's my summer so far, dude. And I hope you guys are having a rip-roaring summer, making some memories, having fun with your friends, you know, because some of us aren't that lucky, you know. Some of us aren't as lucky as you guys. And some of us, our friends are leaving for 2 years, and we can't make any memories with them after, so that's cool. But anyways, another thing I want to talk about real quick is this Kamala Harris thing, dude, and Biden. And you know what? I don't want to stir the pot, but also I do. Spoiler alert. Also, I do. So if you guys don't know, Kamala Harris and Joseph Biden, President and Vice President of the United States, just to catch you up to speed, so it's Memorial Day. Yesterday it was. And they posted something, I don't know when they posted it, like Friday or Saturday, and it was like, Kamala said, like, have a nice long weekend or something on Instagram or something like that. And Biden's was like, stay cool out there, enjoy your weekend or something. And Republicans are up in arms. Up in arms, dude. And this is not, so here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. I live around a bunch of Republicans, like most of the people here are Republicans, and so I hear a lot of them saying, when something goes down like this, or I don't know, just when stuff goes down in politics, Republicans, and I'm sure Democrats do, but I'm just using Republicans for examples because I talk to them and live with them. They'll be like, they use the term they a lot. Like, if you're talking to a Republican and something's going down, they'll be like, they're trying to take our guns. Dude, did you know that they are trying to pass laws to make transgender people allowed to play sports? Did you know they are trying to pass gay marriage? Did you know they are trying to make marijuana illegal? And I'm like, who is they? Like, seriously, who is they? Who does that entail? Who is trying to do this? That's what I always ask. They're like, they're trying to frickin' take our guns. I'm like, who is? Frickin' the government. Who? Like, give me names. I need specifics, and why do they want to take your guns? So, like, a lot of people just hear stuff and then repeat it, but the Democrats do that too, I'm sure. I just don't have a lot of experience with them. So this isn't like me just being like, they are pissed. Like, I know specific people that I know in real life that have posted that they are upset about this. And they're mad because, so they said, have a nice long weekend and stay cool out there, have a good weekend or something. And they're mad because they didn't mention the troops, which is weird to me. Isn't that weird? Like, I don't know, man. Would it be better if they, like, do you think if they just didn't post anything at all, would people be upset? Like, it's just kind of weird to be like imagine if somebody did that in real life. Like, imagine somebody comes up to you, it's Labor Day weekend. Hey, man, have a nice long weekend. What did you just say? I just said, like, have a good weekend. No! No! Do you know why we have this weekend? I just mean, like, have a good weekend, like, you get, like, freaking... No! I'm sick of your crap, Kenny! You know what I mean? Like, that just would never happen in real life. And it's like, what? So if that would never happen in real life, so let's do this. If that would never happen in real life, why is it happening on the internet? If that would never happen in real life, why is that happening on the internet? That's my question. That's my zany, wacky question. So yeah, that's what's going on in the news today. That's what's going on in the world today. You know, you guys are so lucky to have me because I am the best, most trusted news source in the world, the entire world. I'm bipartisan. I don't know exactly what that means, but I don't really care about stuff. I think that's kind of close to what it means. And so that's why you guys can trust me. That's all I got for you guys today. If we do the interview with Connor, it'll be right now. But if we didn't end up doing it, then, you know, have a good life. Yeah, man. See ya. This is weird. See ya.